Today we're working on my 2000 Jeep Cherokee. I am having a no bus issue in the old dash. It'll say no bus right where the odometer is, and it'll give me a check engine light. So there's multiple ways to fix that, from checking your fuses to bad ground on the battery to even a crank position sensor can be throwing it, or it could be a bad ECM. I mean, there is a lot of things that can cause the no bus issue. The one that I'm going to show you is kind of the more common thing that I have seen. First thing I do is plug into it with my cheap little OBD2 reader here and see if it throws a check engine light. Sometimes that'll kind of give you a better direction on where to go. I plugged into it and it wasn't giving me any codes. It said I had 0 even though the check engine light is on. So anyway, one of the main things that causes that is a bad connection behind the gauge cluster. And so this is just a little quick and dirty how I fixed it, and it seems to work all right. I haven't had any issue yet, so while I'm in here, I'm just going to show you what I did. You start by popping your cover off. All you got to do is kind of reach behind it with your fingers and pull it out. It'll pop right off. And then you take off your dash bezel cluster surround, and to do that, you're going to want to take off the plate and cover that go down here. Cover all this. It's just a plastic plate and then a metal one. The metal one is just 2 screws. The plastic clips in with like 2 screws on the bottom. That frees up the little rubber thing that goes around your steering column. It is, I think, 4 screws right here, and then that whole piece comes off. You just clip it out over here. You can see where it's kind of clipped into place. After you're done pulling that thing off, then you have access to your dash cluster right there. But you can also take off the dash pad, and all that is just kind of lifting up on it. You can lift it up by hand, just push it up, and then you just take it off and set it somewhere, or it's not in your way. Then you can get to the real. A lot of what causes this is it'll rub through. They'll sit in here, they sit in there like this, and they'll rub through, because as you can see, I cut it out. Well, that sits over to the side like that, and there's a piece of plastic that sits right there, and over, this thing's got 260,000 miles, and over the time it just sits there and does this and wiggles and rubs through. And I have seen some of those that are actually broke, and you have to you can resolder them or whatever. Mine aren't broke, they just rub through the coating, not of the wires, just the tape. So I just took a hacksaw blade and just kind of went in there. It's plastic, it's not metal. Just went in there and cut some room out for those things, because when they're in there, I mean, they're kind of pulling on these things real hard, and I think that may have something to do with it. So I cut that one out, and then I also cut that one out, give it a lot of room. I know this doesn't look great, but it shouldn't even touch it really. If you put it, yeah, see, it's plenty of room, shouldn't touch it at all. And then what I did is, when you're putting your dash back in, I clipped these in first, and then since you got your dash pad out, you get outside, and then you basically just put the dash or the cluster in, and then just kind of set it down. So you make sure these are clipped all the way in, because they kind of go in, and then you push them real hard again, and you can kind of feel them pop in, and that's when you know you got a good connection. And then before you button it all up, fire the Jeep up and see if that fixes the problem. Now, will this fix every one of them? No, this isn't going to fix every single one of your guys' issue, your no bus issue, but this is a common thing to look at. And I don't know about the whole cutting the plastic out, if that's a common thing. I just kind of saw that it was a little close, didn't like it, so I just wanted to make a little more room. Like I said, so far this has fixed my no bus problem. I think if you're a person that's had this issue and you've tried the whole slamming your hand down on the dash thing, which I'm sure we've all tried, and it may have fixed it, or you push on the gauge cluster and it fixed it, well, this is most likely your issue, is in that area. And if you don't have anything coming up on your OBD2 reader, that's probably where I would look first. It's all pretty easy. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver. That's pretty much it to get into the dash. So shouldn't be a big deal for pretty much anybody to fix this, and hopefully this saves you some time and some parts or whatever. You shouldn't be shotgunning stuff. Thanks for watching.